Greetings to you all. Welcome to Class 12, Unit 1, poem The Castle, written by Edwin Muir. So we have already dealt the poem. Now we are going to do about the author, glossary and book back questions. Shall we do? Okay. Dear friends, pay attention. So all of you know what is the castle, that fort we taught, and how it was cheated by one Vincent Warder. About the author, we are going to see. Edwin Muir, 1887 to 1959. He was a renowned Scottish poet, novelist, translator, and critic. He was remembered for his vivid poetry. He began writing poetry at a relatively old age. So after his old age only, he started to write. And over the course of several years, worked out an individual philosophical style for which he gained recognition later in his life. First poems and chorus of the newly did contain Muir's initial attempts. Muir's later collections include variations on a time theme, The Narrow Palace, The Voyage, and other poems, The Labyrinth, and One Foot in Eden. Fine, children? So first we will do the book back questions. Question 1. Based on your understanding of the poem, answer the following questions in 1 or 2 sentences each. Who is the narrator in the poem? Who is the narrator? One of the soldiers is the narrator. Who is narrating everything? One man, one soldier is narrating. So one of the soldiers is narrating the poem. Question 2, B part. How long had the soldiers been in the castle? The soldiers had been in the castle throughout the summer. In the first line itself, it is said that, the soldiers had been in the castle throughout the summer. Question C. Why were the soldiers in the castle fearless? The soldiers were fearless because their gates and walls were strong. The captain was brave and the soldiers were true to their profession. Why are they fearless? Why are they not afraid? Because their fort or the castle was very strong. And moreover, the captain was very brave. That's why they are not at all afraid. D. Where were the enemies? Now where are the enemies? The enemies were standing half a mile away. But their actual enemy was gold. Maybe enemies were just nearby only. Half a mile only away. But who is the real enemy? Gold is the real enemy. E. Why does the narrator say that the enemy was no threat at all? The narrator was confident that no one could trick them to enter the castle. So the narrator says that there was no threat at all. He was so confident that nobody can cheat us, nobody can trick us. That is why they were very confident. Next, F. Did the soldiers fight with the enemies face to face? No, they did not fight with the enemies face to face. Next, G. Who had let the enemies in? How did the enemies come inside? A Vincent Warder had let the enemies in. How did the enemies enter the castle? The Vincent Warder, after getting bribery, it means gold, opened the gate. The enemies entered through the tunnels. In a back gate, in a wrong gate, they entered. Why were the secret galleries bare? As the gate was opened to the enemies by the warder, the strong and secret galleries were bare and open to the enemies. Actually, they kept a lot of treasures and precious things, and when enemies came inside, they looted everything. J. What was the shameful act? The Vincent Warder's act of opening the gate to the enemy was the shameful act, dirty act. Understand? Why didn't the narrator want to tell the tale to anybody? Okay, narrator is feeling very bad, no? I will not tell like that. The narrator did not want to tell the tale to anybody because it would spoil the name of all the soldiers. Actually, only one fellow committed the mistake, but entire thing went away. So he told, I will not tell anybody. Why did the narrator feel helpless? As the gate was opened to the enemies, the soldiers did not have time to stop them. So the narrator felt that they were helpless. So now when the enemies came inside, they couldn't do anything. They were unable to do anything. They were helpless. The last question is M. Who was the real enemy? Who was the real enemy? The real enemy was gold. Fine, children? Okay, now read the poem again and complete the summary using the words given in box. Okay, the answers are given in the box. Now we are going to write. The Castle by Edwin Moir is a moving poem on the capture. Answer is capture of a well-guarded castle. Second one is castle. The soldiers of the castle were totally stress-free and relaxed. They were confident, confident of their castle's physical strength. Through the turrets, they were able to watch the movers, and no enemy was found up to the distance of, fourth one is half a mile, and so they seemed no threat to the castle. They had plenty. Fifth one, plenty of weapons to protect them and a large quantity of ration. Sixth one, ration in stock to take care of the well-being of the soldiers inside the castle. The soldiers stood one above the other of the towering battlements, watching. Seventh one, watching to shoot enemies at sight. They believed that the castle was absolutely safe because the captain was brave and the soldiers were loyal. Fine, children? Now, stanzas 4 to 6. Even by a trick, no one but the birds could enter. The enemy could not use bait for their entry inside the castle. But there was a wicket gate guarded by a wicket guard. He let in the enemies inside the famous citadel that had been known for its secret gallery and intricate path. The strong castle became weak and thin because of the greedy, disloyal warder. The citadel was captured by the enemies for gold. The narrator lamented over the disloyalty of the useless warder and also decided not to disclose this shameful story to anyone. He was helpless and wondered how he would keep this truth to himself. He regretted not finding any weapon to fight with the enemy, called gold. Question 4. Read the given lines and answer the questions that follow in a line or two. Appreciation questions, okay? All through the summer, at ease we lay, and daily from the turret wall we watched the mowers in the hay. Question 1. Who does we refer to? We refers to the soldiers. Question 2. How did the soldiers spend the summer days? The soldiers spent the summer days watching the mowers and the enemies. Question 3. What could they watch from the turret wall? They could watch from the turret wall mowers in the hay and the enemies who were half a mile away. Next, B. Our gates were strong. Our walls were thick, so smooth and high, no man could win. Question 1. How safe was the citadel? The castle was very safe, as its gates were strong and the walls were very thick. The walls were so smooth and tall that no one could climb them. Fine? It is very strong and moreover smooth. Question 2. What was the firm belief of the soldiers? The firm belief of the soldiers was that no one could win them. It means nobody will trick them. Question C. A foothold there. No clever trick could take us dead or quick. Only a bird could have gotten. Question is, what was challenging? The wall was challenging. Which aspect of the castle's strength is conveyed by the above lines? The strength of the wall is conveyed in the above lines. D. Oh, then our maze of tunneled stone grew thin and treacherous as air. The castle was lost without a groan, the famous citadel overthrown. Question is, bring out the contrast in the first two lines. The way to the castle was very strong. It was a maze of tunneled stone, but it became very weak and thin because of the treachery of the wanderer. Question 2. What happened to the castle? The castle was overthrown. E. We could do nothing being sold. Question is, why couldn't they do anything? As they were sold out for gold, they could not do anything. Why did they feel helpless? They felt helpless because they had to surrender without fighting. Question 6. Read the poem and complete the table with suitable rhyming words. So rhyming words will just do it, okay? Lay, hay, it is given. Wall, all. Fear, tire. Load, road. Thick, quick. Win, in. Bait, gate. True, through. Stone, grown. Air, bear. Told, sold. Death, with. Question 7. Underline the alliterated words in the following lines. With our arms and provender, load on load. So what are the alliteration words? Alliteration words means first sound repeated. Okay, whenever the words are, sound is repeated, you can tell. See here we can see that load, load, l, l. Sound is there, no? So L sound is alliterated. B1. A little wicket gate. Wicket, w. Wicket, w. So W sound, okay? W sound is alliterated. C. The wizened warder led them through. Wizened, w. Warder, w. So w sound is repeated. Question 8. Identify the figure of speech used in the following lines. A little wicket gate. Here we have already just now did it. Wicked, w. Wicked, wicket, w. So W sound is alliterated. So this is alliteration. Second one. Oh, then our maze of tunneled stone. So this one, see, the moment I say maze, we imagine or a maze is coming in front of us. Tunnel, that is coming in front of our eyes. So it is imagery. So when our five senses are given some work, when you are able to see something, hear something, such things are called as imagery. 3. C part. grew thin and treacherous as air. Here, thin and treacherous. Treacherous means committing betrayal, committing mistake. Okay, so we are personifying. Non-living things are given some personification, given quality of a human being. That is called as personifying. So here, grew thin and treacherous as air. So we are giving personifying that. That is why it is personification. How can this shameful tale be told? Can we tell this tale? Is it a question? Though it is having question mark over there, it is not a real question. It is rhetorical question. The answer is not necessary at all. That sort of question is called as rhetorical. Our only enemy was gold. Okay, enemy is a human being. So we are bringing gold as an enemy, giving human attribution or human quality for the non-living thing. Then it is called as personification. I hope you have all understood. Now shall we see some glossary part? Turret wall means a small tower on top of a castle. In a big castle, a small tower will be there. Actually, it looks beautiful. Actually, that is not for beauty. People will stand over there and watch our enemies. Mowers, grass and level the lawns. Okay, grass leveling, shaping. Provender means food material. Towering battlements. It means tall towers with opening to shoot the enemies. Okay, towering battlements, tall towers, architectural designs. Tier, one above the other, like a big temples and all. We can see all the forts and all, one above the other. Tier. Friendly allies. It means helpful for supporting nations or armed forces, supporting countries, those who are coming forward to support us. Footholds means adventurous position. Quick means alive. It means alive, agile, smart, active. Bait means something intended to entice someone to do something. It means like a barter system, giving something, taking something. I'll give you gold, you do something. I'll give you money, you do something. I'll give you something, you do something in an evil manner. Fine. Wicked, evil or morally wrong, bad, wicked, illegal. Wicket gate, a small gate. Here it is like that. Wizened warder, an aged or old guard. Guard means security. Maze, a winding, intricate, confusing path. Maze, okay, here and there going, and it will be like a confusing path. Treacherous, disloyal. Groan means lamenting, crying, pain. Citadel, it means a safe and strong fort. Overthrown, conquered, or defeated. Maintaining means believing. I hope all of you understood, children. Just listen this one, and a Tamil version is also given. You can listen that also. Thank you.